Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com. We know Venezuela is not the safest place on the world, although it's way safer than you might think. We already made a video about it. But today we are going to rank the 5 safest cities here in Venezuela. Let's start. Number 5 is Valencia. Valencia is on the west side of the country. Is, you can argue, the second most important city here in Venezuela. You can also argue that it's a smaller version of Caracas. It has kind of the same of amenities, but with less population, less size, and it's a very posh city with a beautiful infrastructure, beautiful architecture, but also is relatively safe compared to the rest of the country, especially if you stay on the northern side of the city. So Valencia, in that regard, number 5. Number 4 is San Cristobal. San Cristobal is on the Táchira state, that is the neighboring state with Colombia. So it shares its borders with Colombia. And the reputation that San Cristobal has, because it's on the Andes region of Venezuela, that the people are more pleasant, more light-hearted, has a lot of more your typical citizen solidarity. So people are quite nice over there, and people are more trustworthy than, let's say, the rest of the country. So still not the safest place on earth. San Cristobal is relatively safe for Venezuelan standards, the Táchira state overall, and one of the reasons why you might visit San Cristobal. Safety indeed. Number 3, we have the neighboring city of Merida, or Merida state. Merida is also on the Andes region, is probably the coldest major city here in Venezuela, and also the people are very nice, very friendly, very caring. Also, it has a bunch of student population, and the ambience, the gravitas over there on Merida is that the people is very kind, very polite, and is less likely to, provoke some crime, some violent incident and such. So for that reason, Merida third safest place in Venezuela. Number 2 is the city of Chacao on Miranda State. As we reviewed on previous videos, Chacao is actually a part of Caracas, the major Caracas metropolitan area, although it's a small city by itself on the Miranda State. It's not only a safe city, but also a very well-developed city. It's one of the richest places here in Venezuela. So if you measure GDP per capita and human developed index, Chacao is actually richer and safer than many European nations. And for that regard, since there is an upscale area of Venezuela, it has very few crimes, very few robberies, very few murders and such, and also a very beautiful and also pleasant place. So Chacao indeed is a very safe and beautiful and pleasant place to be here in Venezuela. And number 1, this is by far the safest city in Venezuela, is Lecheria, my hometown. Why Lecheria is the safest city in Venezuela? First, you have to start that the homicide rate is basically non-existent. Here in Lecheria, we don't count the murders, we count the years without having a murder. But also robbery rate, there is a very unlikely safety issues or incidents. Overall, the city is very small and is actually a fairly young city, only has over 30 years old of being founded. Also one of the richest cities here in Venezuela. So The poverty rate is basically non-existent. The crime rate is very, very, very low. And of course, the homicide rate, as I mentioned, is pretty much non-existent. It's basically zero. Now, not also that, it's a very pleasant place with warm weather, surrounded by beaches and canals and beautiful architecture and beautiful homes and beautiful infrastructure. So you have a very pleasant life here in Lecheria. And for that and many other reasons, Lecheria is by far the safest city in Venezuela, and you can argue one of the safest cities in Latin America. Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again and have a nice day.